Okay, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Prop Wiz. I'm your host, The Wiz. Today, we'll be doing some of the Prop Wiz kind of thing, and what I'll be doing is redoing or doing a new Black Panther helmet. I'm gonna show you my old one first. I did this helmet, man, probably about 3 years ago, maybe. It's crazy because I just finished the eyes maybe a week ago. Figured out how to do the eyes, didn't have a good plan on how to do that, and basically I just used some window tint over some plexiglass and was able to come up with the silver eyes. So got it pretty good, man. It ain't the worst thing in the world. This is an older thing. In fact, I say 3 years, man. It might even be older than that. So I learned a little bit more about 3D printing as well as the finishing. One thing that's probably not going to change is there's so much detail in here. Some of the spot putty, some of the things I use to smooth this thing out doesn't work as great or just takes just too much work or probably redundant work too, man, because there's so many details, man. Some of the 3D printerish, defects actually look okay for the most part, but I do think I can make it just a little bit better. But the real reason why I'm printing this thing over again, because it doesn't fit my head. This will not fit my head at all. In fact, it doesn't fit anybody. Look at this guy right here, man. Looks like Beetlejuice's witch doctor got to this guy right here. This is the best I could do even on displaying this thing. So I did print a helmet that's a little bit bigger, that can fit my head or one of the kids' heads, at least in the house. Now, this was probably a 3-day print, maybe a little bit more, 2.5, 3-day print. Actually prints in 3 pieces. This was the largest piece. You know what? I take it back. I think it was actually 2 pieces. So it's been so long since I even printed this out. I printed this out a while ago and just didn't get around to doing it until now. So let me collect my thoughts a little bit. Yes, this was actually 2 pieces. So what we got was this whole back piece was 1 piece, and then just this part right here, just the bottom part right here was a separate piece. I thought it would be easier to have it collapse onto your head this way versus putting it over your head and putting this back piece. And the main reason was because of this chin thing. Like once you got your head into that chin, it was just too hard to get your chin in there and your head into the back of this thing. Look, I know that sounds like a crazy explanation. Just trust me. For me, it just felt like I would be able to get a tighter fit. Like I would be able to make this thing as small. Because even though I wanted to be big enough to fit my head, I don't want it to be one of those bulky one-size-fit-all helmets. So by making it where it collapses on my head that way, I was able to get it a little bit tighter fit. So anyway, so you got 3 pieces when I printed it. I actually glued these 2 pieces together and back to 2 pieces, but at 2 pieces in the way that I like it. So of course we're gonna use magnets and everything. In fact, you can see from this bad boy kind of what we're gonna do. We got magnets in there. Now it's a mess in there. It's not the prettiest thing, but there's magnets in there that kind of make that bad boy connect and kind of stay together, right? This is a beautiful helmet, man. This is one of those things, man. Sometimes you find files, because I actually got these files for free, just Googling it. I do think there's a couple of places that do sell it. No, I take that back. I think I did get this from a guy named Nico Industries. So I did buy this. Yep, I sure did. I bought this one. And he had the best files out there, man. He's got a lot of cool files on there. One of the things that I loved about it is you do got these little holes in there, so you can breathe a little bit when you're wearing this. And again, just the detail, the cultural light detail on this bad boy is just beautiful. That's what we're gonna be doing, man. We're gonna take it to the garage, sand them down. You can see all that whiteness, that light gray is where I've already made an attempt to sand it, but we're gonna go at it again, man. I'm gonna try to get this bad boy as smooth as possible before I start hitting it with the primer. All right, let's go. We'll check it out. Let's go knock it out. All right, the first thing I like to use is a spot putty. This is used to fill in some of the deeper 3D print lines. Out of the tube, it's like a clayish kind of cream that you kind of rub onto the 3D print. Once it dries, it's something that you can sand down smooth. I actually like the wet sand after this. Next, I spray the whole thing with a filler primer. I usually use an automotive primer. You can then sand it, get all the way down to smooth, and then I wet sand it so it comes out real nice and smooth. Next, to prepare it for painting, I hit it with a flat black primer, followed by a flat black paint. Then I hit it with a protective clear coat. That way, when it comes to me masking it, putting that tape on it, I don't have to worry about pulling off any of the paint. Next, I mask the whole thing, just leaving the parts that I need highlighted with silver. This time I'm using an Alclad aluminum paint. It's a brushed aluminum paint. After that, it's just adding the final touches, which is the magnet. I use a steel stick to hold the magnets in place exactly where I want them, and That's it. All right, y'all, back in the studio. Finished Black Panther helmet. Now, I just want to be straight with y'all. This took me a long time to do. It actually wasn't a long process, but I got sidetracked. I started working on other projects, recording other Prop Wiz videos. So it actually been a while since I recorded the first half of this video. With that being said, it probably was only really maybe a 2-day project, and that's only because you got to wait for the paint to dry, and the sanding process, of course, can take some time. In fact, I will say this isn't perfect. Even as I'm looking at it now, I can see some imperfections and some areas where I probably could have sanded it just a little bit better. With that being said, it's dope, or at least dope enough for what I'm using it for, which is just a display piece to sit on the shelf. So, and of course, now I got two of them. One, the smaller one, the little Beetlejuice head one, and one that's more human size, I should say. In fact, maybe I should I try it on? Let me see. I don't know if it's gonna fit right. Actually fits me pretty good, especially considering I got this beard, but dope nonetheless. I can see out of it. Don't ask me why I changed the way I talk when I put it on. But anyways, man, impressive build. I do look forward to doing another one because, again, I think there's a couple of areas that I can make a little bit smoother. And, of course, the only thing that made this thing difficult to sand is the fact that there's so many fine details in it. I think I was kind of scared to lose some of the details. But all in all, overall, I think it was a good job. This one does have more of a shinier, glossier look. I didn't use a gloss paint, but I think maybe the clear coat gave it a little bit of shine, whereas this got a dull look. I think I like the dull look more. So all of this is equaling. I could have did better. I am the Prop Wiz, but I'm not perfect. But I think we did a good job, or I'll say we did an all right job. We did better than most kind of job, man. But I do think we can do better. So I tell you what, we're gonna post this video anyway. I'ma share it. I did work on it, but sometime this year, man, probably early. We'll probably wait till next year, man. We probably knock out one more of these things to see if we can take it to the next level. In fact, not just the helmet. We'll probably go out there and do the whole costume. That's going to be the challenge. Yep. So look forward to that, man. 2024, we'll do a whole Black Panther costume. But anyways, maybe I'm being hard on myself. Let me know what you guys think, man. Leave me some comments. In fact, have you printed one of these? If you have, man, share some of your pictures, share some of your stories. Follow me on Instagram. That way I can follow some of you guys back that do this same thing, man. Check out your work. In the meantime, if you like this video, please hit that like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And as always, I love you guys to death, and I'll check you out next time, all right? Peace.
You gotta open your eyes and see the light, cause even the moon glows and shines at night. It's like the earth pool decides to consume your life. I know that's morbid, but that's your orbit. When you choose to fight, or the fight choose us, who choose to trust might confuse the night, right from wrong, beyond sight. I can see everything to be free. There's a price, we're human beings dealing with snakes that see us as mice. I'm Rakim, better yet I'm Nas with one mic, one bullet in my top shirt pocket like Barney Fife. I'm the product of the system. When the system ignites, fire surrounded by vipers with venomous bite, sitting at height so high they don't fly here, the air's thin. I'm the last airbender, I make the air bend. Sick and strip the privilege, maybe they'll care then. The arrogance will die in time, that's where I begin.